Hi, my name is Lev Perry. I'm with Universal Audio. We're here at NAMM 2020, and the big announcement for UA at the show is the Luna recording system. So this has been a long time in the making, something that customers have really asked us to do. I'd like to take you through the major pillars of this application of this bigger recording system. I think for our Apollo customers, probably the largest feature request that we've got over the years is all about integrating the console application into a recording software package. And so that's what Luna really is. It's one application, talks directly to your Apollo, and really does represent the best integration with Apollo of any recording software on the market. And just to give you a good example of that, we've actually got the Luna mixer here, which looks somewhat like console, but it really does have everything that you'd want from console integrated right into the system. So I've got unison plugins. I've got a new concept called record effects. I can track wet through these to disk if I want. If I want it to be non-destructive, I can easily just drag and drop these things down to the regular inserts, and we have a non-destructive tracking and overdubbing workflow. So just an amazing feat of engineering, and again, most importantly, this really gives you sort of that analog workflow, this immediacy, because we're utilizing the DSP that's in Apollo to track and overdub in real time with no latency. That's a feature that we call accelerated real-time monitoring. Again, fancy speak for just something that really integrates our low latency DSP and console into this recording environment. It's a really fun feature to use, and once people get their hands on it, I think they'll understand. It's just really immediate, really fun. The second feature I'd like to talk about sort of falls in that same camp of customers have really been asking us for a long time to do console emulation. Emulate a Neve console is like the classic meme that I talk about, and we've done that in Luna. So in Luna, we're announcing a new feature called Luna Extensions, and these are features that really extend the mixer or extend the editor sort of beyond what it does normally. So in this case, we've got the Neve summing on buses, and you can mix into these buses. They've got that kind of sweet sound that you'd hope to get out of mixing into a real analog console, and you can put this on any number of buses that you'd like. And it's just amazing for drums, it's amazing for vocals, it's amazing for the main fader. You can put this on your main output and really get that sound, that transformer Neve sound that everyone's after. So that's Neve summing. That'll be something that'll be a part of the system. The next thing I'd like to talk about that's equally as cool, if Neve summing is for buses, then the tape machines are for the tracks and for the instruments. So we've got these integrated tape machine Luna extensions that integrate right into the channel. And again, instead of it being something that's really, like paper cut kind of workflow, it's really easy to assign this to any or all of your tracks and actually control the tape machine from the master section. So if I click here on the main section, really easy to go through and actually see that this tape machine is running with the transport. It's all synced up. You don't have to worry about any kind of time code or anything. But you really get this ability to control all of the source tracks, kind of how you'd want to. Here I am changing out the tape formula, speeding up the tape machine or slowing it down to get different sound. But at the actual source track level, I'm able to go through and tweak out the saturation or tweak out the repro EQ or the bias per track. So it really gives you sort of what would happen on a real tape machine, where on a tape machine you'd be tweaking out the cards for each channel, but you'd be getting sort of a global setting for your tape, which you'd be literally swapping out reels. You can do all of this in Luna. It's totally integrated, and it's just this amazing sound. We've heard from a lot of the beta testers and people that have actually gotten their hands on Luna that just the first time that you actually retrack your existing tracks through this or record something new into the system, that it sounds like analog. It's got this amazing cohesion that you don't hear unless you're used to working in this kind of an analog environment. But here, it's of course all in the box with Luna extensions. So some pretty cool stuff there. In addition to the Studer A800 tape machine that we've been looking at, we're actually going to be including for free the Oxide tape machine Luna extension. And this is something that, again, just by virtue of getting the software, you're going to get a taste of Universal Audio tape, and it's just an amazing sound. So again, Luna extensions, the Neve summing, the Oxide, and the Studer 800, all a part of this greater Luna system. Okay, let's move on to the other big announcement that we've talked about inside of Luna, which is Luna instruments, and they're what they sound like. Universal Audio's first instruments. They run exclusively in Luna, and it's just this amazing feat for us because we've been known over the years to do some pretty amazing replicas of analog signal processing, and we've brought that acumen to virtual instruments. And so you're seeing here the Moog, Mini Moog Model D, and this is just an amazing virtual instrument. Everything about it from end to end is expertly modeled and sounds exactly like the original. it's one of those things that I think until you hear it, it's probably going to sound a little fluffy, but once you actually get the actual thing coming out of your speakers, you cannot tell the difference between this and the analog counterpart. And that's really our benchmark for whether or not we're going to ship something like this. And again, we've done it. This is the sound of analog inside of Luna. This is one of the most iconic instruments for rock music, for pop music, hip hop, electronic music. It's just an amazing, amazing sounding thing. As you'd expect, it's really easy to use. Obviously, the actual parameters are very accessible. There's also a full preset system. You can see I'm just arrowing through here to go bring up different sounds. So again, there's an immediacy, a quickness to it that you'd expect, and it's all here with Luna Instruments. Another instrument I'd like to quickly talk about is Ravel. Ravel is a multi-sampled instrument and a physically modeled instrument in one, and this is a grand piano, a Steinway Model B that we modeled at Ocean Way Studios, with Alan Sides, in fact. So this is just an amazing feat for us because, again, we've been known for physical modeling, but we're also stepping into multi-sample and getting sort of a very clear, very good 30 gigabyte piano in this system. But one of the really unique things about it is how we pair that with physical modeling. We actually model the soundboard, the actual cabinetry, and it resonates just like a real piano would, but again, it's all in the box, and you get the sound of this piano at Ocean Way Studios all in the box. It's just an amazing instrument inside of this Luna environment. Of course, I could show just the mixer all day and probably keep talking. Luna is, of course, a full-fledged workstation. You've got everything that you'd expect: audio, MIDI, editing, fades, warping, everything that you'd expect, everything that you'd need to make modern music is in Luna, and we're just going to be continuing to build out this ecosystem over time. There's so much great stuff coming, and so that's it. That's probably one more thing I should mention. Luna is free. So Luna, if you own an Apollo, you own an Aero, on the Mac, you're going to get Luna for free when we ship. It's shipping in the spring of this year, and we just can't wait for people to get their hands on it. So that's it for me. I'm Lev. This is Universal Audio, NAMM 2020. Thank you so much for joining us here. And if you need more information, of course, check out vintageking.com or check out uaudio.com.